now learn how to detox the brain. People always talking about detoxing, laxatives, but nobody ever talks about detoxing one of the most useful organs in your body, your brain. Okay? And we understand, or most of us understand, or want to understand, that we live in a toxic environment. Okay? We want to think that if we don't smoke, if we don't drink, okay, and if we are vegetarians or whatever else it is that we call ourselves, that we are okay. But soon as you walk out the door, you breathing in what? Toxins. Huh? You got the little old lady on the bus stop nagging this guy about a cigarette, right? When she in front of 5 buses smoking too. But she don't have a cigarette. Oh, will you please put out that cigarette, and got tons of carbon monoxide that she's breathing in. Okay. All right. So just having a good diet, all right, is not going to do it for you. What's going to do it for you is for you to acknowledge the fact that you live in a toxic environment. This is not 2,000 years ago when the water was clean and the air is fresh. Don't live in a delusion, okay? Modern society is a toxic, disease-causing society, and we don't have enough information, okay, to protect ourselves, okay? Alcoholism, cocaine addiction, all these things come from living in a toxic environment. You are addicted before you take that first drink. You was addicted or being addicted when you was in the womb. Because all your food, your air, your water has poisons in it. Fluoride, that's a poison, shrinks the frontal lobe. When the frontal lobe shrinks down to 25%, you're clinically mentally ill. It's supposed to be at 34%.
We don't even have a national park.
Okay.
You know.
So we have to adjust our life to reality. All right. So that we can overcome a lot of things that we're not at fault of. Okay. Your addiction is not your fault. They started your addiction when you was 1 day old in the womb. Okay? Eating sucrose sugar, it is a poison. It is not even registered on the FDA as a food. It is a drug. It is addictive. And your mama sitting there eating donuts, cream-filled donuts throughout your pregnancy, right? And so you come out with a potential of addiction. All right, that's where it starts at, in your womb. Then you live your life walking around, you breathing in carbon monoxide and all kind of poisons that we can't even pronounce, not even I can pronounce them because the word is that long. And I'm not working that hard. I just call it poison.
Don't need to.
Okay. So the food we eat are processed or stripped of its natural nutrients and fiber content. It is very important that we find occasion to detox our brain so that we can think clearly. All right. And we have to know why and how to do that. How many people in here want to get better? How many people here want to prosper? How many people here want to understand why I'm in the situation I'm in and can't understand it because your brain is functioning at an incompetent level of reasoning? Your frontal lobe is not functioning at its full potential so that you can reason logically, deductively, and rationally where you can figure out your problem. All right? I know because I've been there. I speedball. I never smoked marijuana. That was a funk drug to me. All right. I drank. Okay. I was in California. I went 30 days homeless. All right. So I'm telling you that through the education, holistic education that Dr. Laola Africa taught me, sister in Australia taught me, and several other people, because I was looking for a solution. I knew that I had greater potential in my life than what I was showing myself. Okay, I listened to the negators, the minimizers. Okay, but the first thing I did was submitted my will to God and said, I do not have the power to deal with this. All right. The second thing, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of my situation, of my body, of how I'm supposed to be functioning in life, and I'm not doing it. Why? Because I had a toxic brain. You understand? And that toxic brain told me you a nigger. That toxic brain told me you a cracker. That toxic brain didn't allow me to treat women on the level of dignity that I know should be treated. I had instincts and what I call drug reaction to everything. Okay? No, drug reaction. Don't editorialize.
To
All right.
appreciate a woman is appreciate.
We're not talking about that. We passed that. Okay? So what we want to do is hear and listen and grow to our highest potential. I'm just here to try to tell you I'm not at my highest potential, but I'm at a better potential now, okay, than I was 30 years ago. And I had to remove the guilt, because some of you, I'm just rehearsing for you all the things that people who've been attending know. Right. You are not guilty. Get the guilt off you. You are not worthless. Get the worthless out of you. Your addiction and your dysfunctionality started in your womb. You didn't know what was going on. You was just in the womb. Anything came in, you took it. Which built up a disposition in you where when you got out of the womb, you had emotional traumas, you had mental traumas. Why? Because especially in this country, we don't even know proper birthing process. Just the way they take you out the room against gravity, it's traumatic for a baby. Because it's not about your welfare, it's capitalism. Right. Evil capitalism. Oh, we got it now. And you are not their concern. Okay? So if evidence, anybody, I'm going to read this, if you fit it, raise your hand. Okay? Evidence of toxin overload in the brain. Chronic digestive issues. Fatigue. Okay. Anxiety or depression. Skin issues. Okay. Joint pain. Okay. Blood sugar imbalance. Okay. Insomnia. Okay. Bad breath, body odor, or foul smelling stool. Inability, nobody wants to. Right. It's thank God. Inability to think logically or rationally. Inability to problem solve. Okay. All right. Okay. Lack of concentration. concentration. Okay. Got a lot of honest people here, and that's good. Because I say to people, honesty and keeping your words. In Deuteronomy 22:24, it says the words that come out of your mouth you must do. Now, that's scientifically sound. You know why? The frontal lobe is a muscle. Let me tell you a secret, because the scriptures, okay, if we would appropriate them in an enlightened way, okay, instead of in a Christian way, but in an enlightened way, you'll see all the science that I see in the script. All right. When you speak and don't do, your brain shrinks. When you speak and do what you speak, right, the brain expands. Right. Lying causes a shrinkage of the brain, the frontal lobe. Honesty causes what? The expansion of the brain, where you can function competently. Deuteronomy 22:24. That's science. That's why my faith, and I do have a faith, I do believe in one God. I do believe in the Messiah, Yeshua. I do believe in salvation, but I don't believe it the way they teach it. I believe it the way it's written. Okay. So, one of the most important things to do for all you who raise your hand with insomnia, you have to get 7+ hours sleep a night. That's the first element of detoxing your brain. Okay. You have to cut off all the lights when you sleep. Why? Pineal gland censors the light and the darkness. Okay. The light causes the release of what we call, or the activity of serotonin. Serotonin, in simple terms, is the go, go, go. That's what you experience in the morning. You're on your serotonin. Yeah. Oh, work. You know. And then the melatonin, because it registers to light. Light causes the processing of serotonin and serotonin, the activity of serotonin from the pineal gland, which synthesizes. Okay. The melatonin is what relaxes you. We call it the female, the serotonin, the male. It relaxes and nurtures and regenerates. Okay. So when the nighttime comes, what kicks in? The serotonin. The melatonin. Okay. The melatonin. And so when you go to bed, right, and you got all these, what they call them things, the lights on, it confuses the brain. And that's why you're not getting good sleep, because now you're supposed to be in your night zone. And you say, get some good, but when you got that light and that darkness, it confuses the brain. And that's why you wake up all stressed. Okay. Total darkness is what you should sleep in, because that's what the pineal gland responds to. It has a light response and it has a darkness response. And that darkness response say, oh, it's time for us to melatonate. That light response say, it's time for us to serotonate. We got to get down and go make some money. Work, 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 work. The male responds, the female responds. In that sleep, your body experiences regeneration. In that sleep, that female melatonin is what? Nurturing and regenerating the body. That's why I look so good, because I sleep well. Okay? I'm 64 years old, not one wrinkle. Okay? I met a guy the other day. He was talking about all his ills. He kept calling me young man, and he was 58. Well, young man, young man, young man. I said, bro, how old are you? He said, 58. I said, bro, I'm 64. Why you keep calling me young man? I'm not no young man, I'm an elder. What we call in my culture, zakan. Okay? So that's disrespectful. I'm not no child. Okay? But it is normal for us to look at someone 58 who actually looks 74. We think that's normal. And then when you do a health biography on them, you find out, you know what I mean, they were staying up all night, getting 3 hours of sleep, going to work. You know what I mean? The party, the American party life. I call it the party suicide. You understand? All right. So the fact that sleep deprivation causes these things. It leaves your brain exhausted, lowers your level of skillful and precise action and concentration. You become what is called scattered brain. All right. You ever see somebody that say, why not come over here? Oh, no, I'm supposed to be.
I don't know anybody like that.
Okay. We got a liar. Okay. You know, that's scattered brain. Your brain is supposed to work like the flow of electricity. Cut that TV on without static. All right. Then we wonder why we can't get over our addiction. Because we can't plan. Okay? See, I've been through this, man. And y'all got a nice little place. Because where I was, many times, every meeting you had to be at. Or you got to go. All right. You ain't had no choice. Because when you're an addict, your brain ain't working. You're scattered brain. You can't make the proper decision. I'm not just talking about drugs. I'm talking about that addiction to food, that addiction to sugar, that addiction to the phone, radiation addiction. You got to detox that brain. And until you detox that brain, you're not going to be able to keep your negative, dysfunctional behavior under control. All right? Because life has rules. The body has rules. Elohim, or God as y'all call him, is merciful. But Mother Nature is not. When Mother Nature says in the morning you need to eat fruit, okay, and purifying food, and you go get 2 slabs of pig ass, processed pig ass, 2 aborted eggs, which the protein does not assimilate. Okay. What do you do to that process of purging in the morning from 5:30 to 10? Okay. You going against it. All right. In the morning time, the body is purging. That's why the first thing you do when you get up, what do? About 3 or 4 times in the morning. Use the bathroom. The body is purging itself from the overnight toxins. That's why the first thing you drink in the morning is 8 ounces of water to help it purge. Then you eat fruit. Citric fruits in the winter, and then in the warmer weathers, cantaloupe, melon, water fruits to keep yourself from dehydrating. Flush that body. But instead, you got 3 slices of pig ass, a cinnamon processed white floured donut with some creamy yellow filling.
Oh, Long John donut.
Okay? A glass of orange juice that's been sitting in the factory 6 years. Ain't nothing but sugar now. No vitamins in it. All right. Some processed grits. All right. All right. And a coffee on the side with sugar and sugar cream in it. You might go get some heroin. And some of you have. Why? Because that started your addiction cycle. You shut the purging process down, and then you wonder why when you get on the toilet, you're doing the James Brown. Oh, the feeling. Oh. Baby, baby. Baby, baby. Letting rocks out. You can build another Empire State Building with your manure. Tearing up the tissues inside of your intestine. And then you wonder why at 40 you got an ulcer. Why you got inflammation. Why you doing it to yourself. Because what is dysfunctional today is normal. Now the brain regions which sleep deprivation, scatterbrain, the neuronic signals and the neuroendocrine signals are hindered or delayed, decreasing your coordination, meaning you become accident prone. You know, when y'all be walking in the doors, poop, poop, what the heck? Walking to each other, they want to shoot each other. Okay. You become accident prone. You lose your coordination. You use that time-space perception. You think the baby is that close, and it's that close, and you stepping on the baby. You know what I mean? You look in the mirror, you got purple here, you got red here, you got pink here, and you say, ooh, don't I look beautiful? Hell no, you look like Ronald McDonald. But your perception is off. Okay? And then when somebody tell you, you get reactionary instead of observing, logically and deducting. Does this look pretty? You got blonde hair, your skin is black as Shaka Zulu, you got purple up here, you got red up here, and lipstick has aluminum in it that decreases the electrical impulse, or not decrease, but rather, what's the word when something stops, then go? Stop, then go. Okay. Interferes. It interferes with the electronical impulse, the neuronic electronical impulse in the brain. Okay, that's why you be walking around and you say, you're in the parking lot and you say, where'd I put my car? That's that pause. That neuronic pause. Okay. I seen a lot of women, they got it, they sick on it. Baby, what you looking for? Where's my car? that electrical pause. Okay. Or they start looking in their purse and they say, what was I looking for? Okay. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to take this serious, and people don't. This is a hard job I got. Okay. So the brain regions which sleep deprivation affects the frontal lobe, the thalamus, the posterior cingulate cortex are altered by loss of sleep. In other words, you're mentally ill, but it's normal. Okay. No, now most people know what the thalamus is and that, but the cingulate cortex, posterior, not interior, the posterior cingulate cortex is the upper part of the limbic system. It's about right here, okay, in the brain, about right here. It plays a central role in supporting internal directed cognition. Cognition means thought patterns. Okay. okay, such as empathy, impulse control, emotions, and decision making. Damage can lead to antisocial behavior, sense of responsibility, and other, and what's that? Okay, and immobilize, you're immobilized, in other words, mental immobilization. How many people experience that? Huh? Is it your fault?
I have a doctor.
No! Stop being walking around guilty, feeling like you less than others, simply because you were conditioned in the womb till now, okay, to be dysfunctional. Because Mother Nature said, I want food, and you gave it chemicals and synthetic food and drug food. Huh? Is that your fault?
No.
So the main thing of moving your spirit forward is to release yourself from what? The guilt. Stop feeling bad when you see the female or the male in his $200 suit with a $100,000 job. He's just addicted as you. You see him in the morning, 6 o'clock, be a line in the coffee shop. They want that sugar, that cream, and that coffee. That's their drug. All right? They just as dumb as you think you are. They just know how to make money. That's easy to make money. The easiest thing in the world is to make money. That's kindergarten stuff. They try to make it seem complicated. This is how you make money. You take one and add another one. That's two. You take two and add two. That's $4. And you just keep doing that. You find something, a product or something where you can take one and add another one. That's business. What's complex in life is your growth and development as a human being. That's what you need to be educated on. Not spending your whole life learning how to make $1 so that you can buy a car that does the same thing as a horse, take you from one point to another point. You can do that with a horse. Maybe not that faster, but it's efficient. You know, and we glorify all this fantasy, money fantasy. Okay? And spend our whole life, and when we die a baby in the womb. Scared, insecure, lost, and alone. With no hope. Why? No growth and development. Okay? Spiritually, intellectually, rationally. Why? Because your posterior cingulate cortex is shut down. Okay? So you have no empathy, you have no impulse control. Oh man, I gotta go out and party. Ooh, I gotta go to that football game. Ooh, hey, yeah, ha, rah, hoo, boo. Right? That becomes important to you because you have no what? Impulse control. So you 50 years old, 40 years old, and you still want to have fun? What do your kids say? Mommy, can we go to the park so I can have fun? So you still thinking like a child. I don't have fun, I have enjoyment. My son has fun. He jump up on the couch and bounce. Okay? I don't do that. Because I put away childish things. Huh? Because we can't control our impulse. We want to feel satisfied. We want convenience. We want all these fantasies in life, but we don't want growth and development. You come here and you tell these people here You say, hey man, I want to get better, but do you go to the classes? Do you participate? Okay. I told them, and they've been with me from the beginning. I said, if it was me and you didn't participate, I wouldn't waste my time on it. When you're ready to participate, when you're ready for growth and development, come on back. We need that chair for somebody else. You don't just come here, eat, and have foolish, fun conversation. You come here for the purpose of instituting growth and development, making myself better. Okay? If you come to me and say, man, give me a weight loss program, I say, here you go. And you got to do this and that, and you don't do it, you out. You just wasting my time. Okay? You wasting your time. Application. When you say something and fulfill what you say, what happens to the brain? It expands. So if you telling me I'm gonna do this, that, and that, and never do it, I know your brain is shrinking. You need to go. You will never, ever achieve anything with a shrinking brain. Okay. So in order to detox the brain, what herbs do we use? Okay. Go down to Good Herbs, get you an ounce of Ginkgo biloba. All right. Get you some ashwagandha. Excuse me, I do have a speaking difference.
Is that on here?
Goda, yeah, it's right here. Goda cola right at the bottom. And lemon balm. Now you can make it into one, or you can do it alone, but I suggest that you make it into a mix, equal parts. Okay. Maybe put a little hibiscus in it to help the absorption, because hibiscus is a vitamin C ascorbic acid herb. You can bottom it off with that. Okay. Sleep, herbal therapy. What does these herbs do? They oxygenate the brain and the sexual organ. Okay. You can't get your heat on no more. I'm 64. My heat's still hot.
Okay.
Right? Jumping like a donkey. Why? Okay. Get my sleep, and I know what to use at a certain age.
What?
I just got it down here.
Oh, that's
Ginkgo biloba, ashwagandha. Now I could have put Daviana, but I don't. You know, that's for people who are really, really busy. Okay. But we're talking about detox. That's for treating people with severe sexual disorders. Okay. All right. So these are the best herbs that get many more. But you want to get oxygen back to that brain. Your oxygen, your brain is oxygen starved. Huh? And a lot of you can't fulfill what's in your heart. You just don't have the, because why? You have no ability to make a logical, rational plan of action. You're functioning on pure emotion. I see women with 5 babies by 5 different men. I don't condemn them. I tell them, you know, that ain't cool. Right. But I understand why. Why? Because I educated myself. They're functioning solely from emotion because the foods, the drinks, and everything they do shuts down the brain. The amygdala, which is the emotional centers of the brain, is not functioning and is not sending signals to the hypothalamus in order for you to see clear and precise. So you stuck. That's what we call stuck. Y'all know when you smoke that dope and you get stuck. You been there? Don't play with me. Right? I've been there. I'm the best person to teach you. Why? Because I went through what you've been going through without any apology. I'm not ashamed of my past. I'm honest.
Right.
Because in order for me to have a relationship with my Elohim, my God, as you say, I have to be honest. I still got people and family, friends who always talking about my past and how, man, you know, I'm so far beyond that. I done wrote 2 books, speak 3 different languages, right? Teach, been on stage, I wrote 5 plays. Once I discover what? My potential, I start fighting for it. All right. And I might not never get rich, but I fulfilled what I wanted to do. Some people are so scared to fulfill the desires of their heart that they get a job, stay there 60 years, and then you find out they got a voice like Marvin Gaye. Why you ain't never pursue that, brother? Or they got mathematical skill or poetic skill or some type of skill that they was too afraid to grab. So they got into a secure position in life, said, I have to be responsible. They call it responsible. Responsible is being able to fulfill. How many people in here wish they could never take a drink again, knowing what it did to their life? Okay. Can we do it? Can we do it?
Yeah.
With what? Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and the appropriation thereof. Bowing your knees to your creator and asking for strength and power to do it. Don't let that desire die in you, and you die with that desire. Get out of these dead religions and get into scripture and prayer. In the Egyptian Commission culture, what they call Egyptian, there was a square. Square represents perfection. 4 points of life that you cannot desist from: prayer, meditation, study, and exercise thereof. Those were the 4 basic points of life in Commission culture. What is our 4 basic points of life? Somebody tell me. Come on, y'all. Speak up.
I know 3.
Okay. Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. Eat, sleep, drink, and be merry. That's the most honest man in here. And look where it got you. Look where it got that millionaire. Look where it got that billionaire. Nowhere. But they got some money. They can pay their bills. That's the only thing they can do you can't do. They got a big mansion. You know what they got in that mansion? A bathroom, a kitchen where you eat, and a bunk shower. Everything else is irrelevant. And a bath, yeah. Everything else is irrelevant. You got the same thing. The only time you in trouble when you ain't got nowhere to piss, nowhere to shower, and nowhere to eat. And if you got all that, you got the same thing that a billionaire has. But because you ain't got what he got, you're all poor. You ain't poor. He's poor because he lives in the illusion that he got more than you. I don't let nobody bring me down like that. I'm about what they got. I don't care what you got. I got the same thing as you. I got a 22,000 Cadillac. I said, well, I got a Buick 203. And you know what it does? It gets me from point A to point B, just like your $2,000 million car. You in an illusion. And even if I only had a horse, it might not get me there as fast as you, but I'll get there. Get out of the illusion that your worth is based upon money. Your worth is based upon dignity. Your worth is based upon honor. Your worth is based upon keeping your word and fulfilling the dream and the righteous desires of your heart. And when you're doing that, you're richer than any man with paper money. So don't let society make you feel worthless, because the only thing you can do right now is get a job at McDonald's. When we open up this brain, when we clean out this brain, and that brain get to functioning, and you start seeing a little bit more and a little bit more, and your evolutionary unfoldment begins to happen. Okay. Foods that detox the brain: nuts, okay, almonds, cashews, walnuts, okay, all right. And almonds is great. It has pain killing, keep you from aching all the time. Okay. Calcium, bone building, producing that good blood from the marrow. Okay. But all nuts, okay. Pumpkin seeds is also good for prostate. Okay. It is a prostate cancer preventer. Raw pumpkin seed. Don't do the cook, raw pumpkin seed. And it's also good for the detox. Broccoli is a vegetable that is filled with excellent source of ascorbic acid or vitamin C. Don't cook it until it's winter. Just put a little steam on it. Heat it up, soften it up, and then eat it. I be saying people cook broccoli for 2 hours. And when they bring it out, it's dead as a donut. That's dead food. You eating death now. They be cooking greens for, we've been cooking since the morning. Them greens dead. You done killed the greens. I ain't eating them dead. I ain't eating that death. Okay. This is how you cook vegetables. You take the water, you boil it. When it's got on a good boil, put the vegetable in it 5 minutes. If you're going to boil it, I would prefer steaming it. But if you're going to boil it, put it in there 5 minutes, take it off, and eat it. Go ahead.
I got a question. I know I'm supposed to eat vegetables.
No, you ain't supposed to. You got to eat vegetables.
Well, how do I learn to acquire the taste?
By putting it in your mouth and eating it until you acquire the taste and get that chemical taste out your mouth. You just gotta just gotta do it. This stuff I put in my mouth every day, I don't want to put in my mouth, but I know it's good for me. I hate taking olive oil in the spoon, but I know it's good for me. Olive oil has great painkiller agents in it. Okay. Your child get a ear infection, put that olive oil in it. I bet you within 24 hours he's gonna feel better. Huh? Okay. Blueberry, a great antioxidant for the blood. If the blood is clean, it's gonna clean everything else. Clean that brain out. Get it back working again. Okay. Natural coffee. I'm not talking about Folgers. Y'all had some of that natural coffee I brought in. Wasn't it good? Okay. Natural coffee. I bring y'all some because I'm gonna start selling it at my shop. Okay. I bring you get the green beans. I get mine out of Ethiopia. Oh yeah, I'm open. Yeah. And I get mine out of Ethiopia. You put it as a pan that we buy from the Ethiopian store, and you just kind of shake it and put it on there and brown it, put it in the grinder, break it down, put it in your little thing, and a tablespoon for every cup. They don't have you. Beat it! That's why Michael Jackson was walking backwards. He was crazy. He was on that coffee. Y'all come out of Starbucks. Beat it! Beat it! And after a while, you think it's normal. Okay? So what we're going to do is understand there is natural coffee. The best coffee in the world has come from Ethiopia and Eritrea. Okay? This coffee that you got, processed coffee, they bake it until they kill it. Just like when you cook them greens, you kill it. Huh? It be just, you touch it and it just crumble apart. That's dead. That's charcoal. And then they spray it with synthetic caffeine, increasing your addiction level. Man, the first time I drank a coffee at Starbucks, I said, hecky no. Right. This is not coffee. This is a drug.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. And then you put the sugar, which is a drug, in it, and then the fructose cream, which is another drug. Oh yeah, you wide up. And you wonder why the social problems we have is always dealt with in an irrational way. Okay. Irrational. Fatty fish. If you don't like fish, then get omega-3 supplements. Okay. And you can also use for brain health laxative. That's good for brain health, and it's also good for emulsifying fatty tissues in your body and around your heart, your liver. You know what I mean? Very good. I use it every day, 3 times a day. 2 things you need in your life. Yes, ma'am.
What helps with asthma?
What helps with asthma? Me slapping you upside your head. No. Bam, you'll breathe in. No. You want to use okra. Okra is for the lung. That's an African food, and then because it's real hot there, okay, and the oxygen is not, it's tight, right? So that's why Africans have big nose, right? Because of the air, the hot air, and then over time it expanded, right? So okra with a little cayenne pepper. You can eat it and you can drink and the next day it'll feel better. As far as herbs are concerned, that's one food. As far as herbs are concerned, you want to use licorice. That's one of the best, but you can't use it every day to take your blood pressure up, but it'll go back down soon. I say about every other day, drink you a couple of cups of licorice. That'll open up them lungs. Now, aromatherapy, you want to use the essential oils, eucalyptus, all right, and lavender. Lavender relax, eucalyptus cleanse out and purge and get you from all, how you wake up all that music. I put lavender and eucalyptus on every night or some type. If I'm depressed, I use patchouli. My go essential oil is geranium. It'll have you going too. It will give you mental precision. Okay. All right. But those right there, foods, the herbs, supplements, I would use Q10 enzyme, 100 to 200 milligrams a day. It oxygenates the lungs and the lung tissue and the heart tissue. Okay. So get you some okra. Drink that juice. Put a little cayenne pepper in it. Cayenne pepper is good for lung functioning also. You're welcome. Oh, that's good. I was hoping you was writing it down. You taping it? Yeah. I want you to remember, Okay, good. All right. Amino acids. You take on anytime you see an amino acid, you always take on an empty stomach. Okay. And this one is arginine, 500 to 10,000 milligrams daily. And you have to measure how much you need by how bad you are. Okay.
I didn't know how to pronounce that.
A-R.
I see.
Okay. Arginine. Things to avoid: distilled alcohol, smoking, and drinking coffee in the afternoon. Coffee should only be drunk in the morning during the purging process. Don't drink it in the afternoon. I cheat, I know.
When you cheat, what happens?
No, I use real coffee.
Oh,
So it's not going to affect me the same as you. I only cheat like after dinner sometime when I'm really, and I want to read and I'm like, tired, late evening, because I read a lot. I read at least one book a month. Okay, maybe two. And right now I'm doing a lot of study in Hebrew. So I'm reading a lot of Hebrew. Okay. All right. So in Hebrew, I need to be awake because say you got the word. Okay, that's the word God. All these are consonants. So I have to see it's here, 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 a dot here, a dot here. Okay. This is the Sagal, this is the Olam, and this is the Sereh, or Hereh. This is a E, this is a O, and this is a E as in hey. And when you read, you gotta, see them little dots. I said, okay, I need to wake up. When I'm sleepy, it's hard to read Hebrew. Okay. So then I'll maybe cheat when I'm studying. All right. So mental affirmation, that is, fulfill your word. It is better to say nothing than to say something and don't do it. Okay. This has proven to expand the frontal lobe, which increases rational, moral, intellectual competence. Now, this is not positive thinking. Positive thinking is for stupid people. Okay? Understand? And I'm saying that. I know that hurt people's feelings, but your feelings need to be hurt because you went for the whammy. Okay? This is my definition. This is not positive thinking, which theoretically suggests that you can speak things into existence or create your own reality or influence the reality that exists. Positive thinking is a social theory that has no evidence or no basis in fact or reality. I call it self-brainwashing. Why do I say that? Because I worship Elohim. And Elohim is the Baram, the creator of all things. He has created reality. There's only one reality. The word reality comes from the Greek word aletheia. Aletheia means reality, which we translate into word truth. The word in Hebrew, emet, means reality, which we translate into truth. The word in Kiswahili is kweli, which is reality, which we translate as truth. Truth is reality. Understanding natural science and how it functions. Understanding how your brain functions is an order of existence set forth by your creator to function in so that you can reach your highest potential. You can't recreate reality. I'm going to get a job. I'm going to get a job. You got to be positive. Brother, he got cancer. I'm treating him. He said, no, I can't confess. I got cancer. I said, brother, you better confess it because you got it. Okay. There. Confess reality. I got it. Now this is what I need to do. This is how I conquer it. See, when you deny the reality of something, you also deny yourself the solution to the problem. Everybody that was in here, class started, people started walking out. And I'm like, it don't bother me. Because if you don't want to be here, I don't want you here. But I appreciate you who stayed. Okay. Sometimes it's because of prejudice, because I wear my African clothes, because I am African. I'm African Hebrew, a Yehudim of Africa. Okay.
You know, I learned a lot.
You what?
I learned a lot today. And one of my vet friends kept trying to get me to come to your class. I think I came to it once.
Yeah.
And I never came back again because of what I thought he was about, what I thought he was teaching. And since I said we was class, I realized that all my thoughts was wrong.
Right. That's called presumptive thinking, which the Bible calls the thinking of a beast. If you want to know what I'm about, ask me. Huh? If you want to know what my faith is, ask me. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Expanding your frontal lobe. Okay? See, you lied to yourself, which shrunk your frontal lobe. That's what presumption does. Instead of coming and say, well, brother, are you Muslim? No. I know that's one of the things we talk. All right? Everybody do, especially in this city, not in Chicago or nothing like that. They will ask you. People walk up to me, assalamu alaikum. I say, Ujambo, habari yako ndugu wangu. Huh? Okay. Unakwenda wapi? Ndogo. Unataka hii matapu? Huh? Oh, is you Muslim? No, I'm African. I'm African Hebrew. Okay? All right? You think Muslims like me?
No.
I exalt the name of Jehovah. I believe in the Torah. I believe in Adon Yeshua HaMashiach bin Elohim. Okay? But based upon my appearance, you assume and you lie to yourself. And see, me, I don't care. Nobody stops me from being who Elohim, who God created me to be. Huh? I've been dressing like this since a teenager. Oh, he's weird. Oh, he's man, yeah, whatever. I'm going to be me. I'm going to flow with what I see from my heart, what I see from Elohim. I don't care. Now, if you assume I'm Muslim, or if you assume I'm Buddhist, or if you assume I'm Theoism, if you assume I'm Ekenar, and everything other stupid assumption, when all you got to do is say, hey, man, my name is so-and-so and so. I just wanted to know, what is your faith? What is your culture? See how easy that is? What do you think I'm on? Go Negro on you? What, dog? Why you want to know my business, dude? Why you pop, pop, pop? Let's go, you ask my name and what my face is. What is that called? Scattered brain thinking. And we don't want to be scattered brain no more. You can recover. And I'm here to help anybody. Okay? Right? You say, man, can you come a little early? I need to talk to you about something personal. I'll be here. You know why? I went through the pain. I went through the agony. I still go through it with people who I love, who constantly torment me. You know. All right. I had a niece ask me one time, why you ain't got nothing? At that time, I was into acting and theater, and I was traveling a lot. I had a substance abuse problem, but it didn't define me. I never let it define me. But I was going, doing plays. I was making money. Why? I don't want the house with the white fence. I don't want that. When I get that, it's going to be when I want that. But right now, that don't fit into my agenda. I don't believe that. Why? Because you think I'm incompetent, okay, but I got, I tell people, they come and they say negative stuff. I say, I got 2 black belts. I've written 2 books. I speak 3 languages. What have you achieved other than getting a job, making money? Nothing. I'm more interested in my growth and development as a human being. Because I'm going to take that into the Haba Olam, into the life after. But I'm not going to take that money. What I'm developing into today, when I pass from this life, that's what I'm taking to the Haba Olam, the life after. And everything that I built here is going to stay here. So which is the more valuable when you stand before your God to be judged? What you have become or what you had? We got to start thinking on a higher level. We got to stimulate that neocortex, that higher rational zone of thinking. We got to get nigger and redneck and all these obscene, what we call in Kiswahili language, maneno matusi, which is abusive language, out of our mouth. Our tongue is cutting a lot of people up. All right. Who we say we love. Oh, nigga, you ain't gonna never be nothing. Because that's what you really feel about yourself. Oh man, I can't never off this alcohol. If I had said that, I'd still been on. And while everybody else was saying it about me, I was saying the opposite thing. I'm gonna beat this. And I did. All praise to the Most High. You understand what I'm saying? So when you have an opportunity of growth and development, run to it like you would run through a mountain of diamonds. Embrace it. Embrace it. And all the negators and minimizers and those that empower those lower qualities within you, get them out your life. I don't care who they is, your mama, grandmama, whoever. Say, I got to go. And come and grow and develop, all right? Let your life become an evolutionary and a revolutionary unfoldment of something good. We all have bad. We're equal in that. What we have to develop is the good that God gives us, the enlightenment and intelligence that God gives us. Okay? I don't like saying God, but I do because I know that's what y'all relate to. Elohim. Okay, y'all can relate to that. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Because Elohim, you know what Elohim means? Power. And I love power. But not power over you or power over. Some people are so egotistical. You tell them, watch that anthill. And they so power hungry.
Yep.
They're stumping.
Yep.
They just all right. And some people are so humble that they would allow the ants to be the ants without antagonism. Get away from those antagonistic influences, those antagonistic forms of entertainment, those antagonistic foods and drinks, those false concepts. And eat food and take herbs that bring peace to your body, that nurtures and honors Mother Nature as you shall honor Mother and Father, Yahovah Elohim. Okay. You don't need to dress like you going to church. You can dress just like me if you want to and still worship Elohim. This ain't no fashion and style. I worship Elohim. I keep his holy mitzvot. Mitzvot hakedosh. I keep his holy commandments. I walk in the testimony of Yeshua. And don't nobody know it. I'm a minister, been ordained 3 times. But that's not, or does not give me any type of ego, my accomplishment. That is just a part of my development. What I accomplish in this world is going to pass away. What I accomplish within is going to last forever. Huh? Matusi maneno, that's what it was. Matusi maneno, abusive words. And in America, we are so abusive. Those are words, are seeds that are planted within you and that produce something in you that will kill you or give you life. So I hope next week or when that room warms up, and I didn't mind this. This is cool because it gave me a chance to get to know some of you guys. Anybody else got any questions before I close?
I do. Not a question. You said before.
Speak up, brother.
You said You said before about positive thinking. That's for stupid people.
That's for stupid people. Yeah. What you want to do is affirm reality.
Okay. And you said confess the reality in order to get the solution.
Yeah, get to understand the reality. Okay. Reality is if you put salt in your eye, what's going to happen to your eye? It's going to burn. Now, positive, think that away. Say it's not going to burn. I don't believe it's going to burn. I don't believe it's going to burn. Ah! Okay.
I got another question. What did you say about olive oil? You said that it prevents ear infection.
Yeah, you can put it in if a child has ear infection or
Okay.
you have ear, use the olive oil.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I took it all on a dry people, got to the home, yeah. What is this one, olive oil?
Well, you need to get cold pressed olive oil. Don't get olive oil that has been preheated. It turns into a drug. Any oil that you heat for over 180 degrees for a long period of time turns into a drug. Change the whole constitution. So make sure when you buy these oils, it's cold pressed oil. Cold pressed oil. Sister, well, did you have a question? Sis, did you have a question? No? Okay. One more?
Yeah, one more. Do you sell natural coffee?
Yeah, yeah.
Card?
Yeah, I got a card. And
you gonna bring us some?
uh
You gonna bring us some for us to purchase it from?
I mean, you can come and purchase it, and like I tell people, if you can't afford the supplements, and you can come to me, I can get them for you because I got a wholesale card. I can get them for you half price. You know, it's up to you. You know what I mean? You can shoot it on my cash app, and I say, oh, what you need? I need vitamin C, this, that. I can get you maybe 3 times for what you pay for one. I can get you 3 of them for. You dig what I'm saying? That's how I help people. I can't do everything for free, but I can make it cheaper for you. So thank everyone who came. Thank you for your questions and answers. And may you grow, may you grow, may you grow, may you grow unto freedom, liberation.
Thank
All right?
you.
And peace.
Thank
All right.
you.
They said thank you for coming 3 days in a